Good morning, guys. Larry the Tractor Guy here. Hey, I've got a customer that's called in with a 1770 planter, and we came out and looked at it last week, but it rained, so we couldn't get back to it. And so basically, we got a 1770 John Deere planter, 24 row, and it's been converted over to a precision system. So he's running V-sets meters, and then also running hydraulic delta downforce, and then running speed tubes as well. And so the problem that we're having is during planting, it will lose all of the SRM modules for each row, and then the planter kicks off, and of course the delta downforce doesn't work anymore and the planter won't plant. And so we've been kind of looking at that. We're going to check CAN bus wiring from the tractor back to the planter. I suspect that we have a bad SRM module, and so we're probably going to go ahead and replace that module and give it a try. So we'll let you know how it works out. We're looking at this CAN bus wiring real quick, and I've got a couple of guys here helping me. So we hooked in here at the front at the hitch here on our CAN wiring, and we pretty well see that our wiring is not in really good shape anyway. But anyway, we're checking, we're running a current load test basically. So we're shooting 12 volts through each one of these wires individually all the way back to the planter, okay? And so I've got my load tester box hooked up here, and we're looking at voltage here. We're shooting 12 volts through one of the wires on the CAN right now, and I'll show you what happens. So as soon as I hit this switch, it's going to load that circuit, okay? And so I'm going to load that circuit real quick. As soon as I load that circuit, it dies, okay? So we're pretty sure that we found part of our problem with our CAN voltage, okay? And so I wanted you to get a look at that. And then also, if I'm watching my voltage here on my meter, if you can see that, and if I just move the connector around down here, it moves the voltage, okay? So just a pretty good quick way to test wiring is to do a load test. And I've got a fancy little load test box here, but you can also use a 12 volt light bulb as well and pretty much simulate the same thing. So we're still doing a load test here, and what we found is this bulkhead on the backbone harness on the planter side. Okay, so we've got an open between here and here, which is a pretty short, probably, I don't know, probably about a 2-foot harness here. And so we've got an open between here and the bulkhead on the CAN, and then we also have one wire that has really super high resistance somewhere in the harness between there and the bulkhead, okay? So we're either gonna make a decision here, either to build a new harness and overlay that, okay, or try to peel this harness open and see if we can find our problem. Pretty well found our problem in the front part of the backbone harness on this planter, the precision harness. And so we basically went ahead and decided to overlay a new CAN harness or new wiring. Okay, and so I've got my help here, and they're taping that up right here at as we're talking, and we're just going to go ahead and tape that up and get this planter up and going. And then we also, once we fixed that CAN harness on the front part of this backbone harness, we went ahead and ran a current load test again all the way from the front of the planter to the back of the planter to verify that our CAN wiring was good, and it was. And so we're going to get that taped up and get this planter back in the field and run it a little bit and make sure that everything's good. And then we're going to probably go ahead and order a new harness for the planter. This is just kind of a temporary fix because it is definitely go time and time to plant cotton. So we're going to get this customer up and going, and we'll check back in with you here in a few minutes. Quick recap on the 1770 planter with the precision system on it, using V-set meters, delta downforce, and then also speed tubes. And we would lose all of the SRM control modules on each row, 1 through 24, and then of course the planter would stop planting, and then we would lose our hydraulic delta downforce as well as our speed tubes. So we did verify that we had a faulty CAN bus wiring cable in the backbone harness up close to the hitch of the tractor, and we verified that by doing a current load test with a load tester, and tested those wires, found 1 out of the 4 was open, and then another out of the 4 wires was really high resistance, and the voltage would change as you move the harness around doing a wiggle test. And so we went ahead and built a new harness in that backbone harness for the CAN, and got the CAN voltages corrected back to the SRMs, and then got the SRMs back online and got the planter back in the field and running. And so just a quick tip that it's a pretty good idea, rather than just doing a ohms test with a voltmeter, to go ahead and do a current load test to verify that wiring. So that's what we did, and got the customer up and running, and we'll have some more videos coming soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Larry the Tractor Guy signing out. Hey guys, check out Larry the Tractor Guy videos here, other videos here, subscribe here, and buy all your John Deere parts here.
We'll make it work. I think
We're gonna have to make it
we'll make it work. Come on, let's go.
We need to make
You need some food.
Y'all already burned me out.
some bloopers.
He's sitting in the sun over here, man.